All right, white folk, if you've ever wondered what Black people feel about you, today's February 25th Black History teaching is titled What Many Black Americans Feel About White Americans and Why. Okay, let's talk because I'm tired of all these fake conversations. People always want to ask, why do Black people seem distant or cautious or skeptical towards white people? They usually, when you all ask that as white people, you're usually expecting some type of emotional answer. But the response is not emotional, y'all. It's historical. It's based on history. It's sociological, and it's a pattern. See, for first thing, Black people are not a monolith. We're not all the same. Some Blacks are married to white spouses, right? Some of us have white best friends. Some of us work in white dominated spaces every day and thrive. But there is still something that exists underneath of that, y'all, and it's called collective memory. You hear that, white folk? Collective memory. Let's talk about sociology. That's why I just love sociology, the study of people and concepts and things, because the sociology of trust. Trust is built through consistent safety over time. Let me repeat that. Trust is built over consistent safety over time. So, as a parent, your kid knows, oh, my mom is going to feed me every evening at 5 because you've consistently been feeding Jimmy at 5 for the past 3 years. So, you have built up a trust. Your kid knows that based on history of my mother and what she's done for me in the past 3 years, she's consistent with what she's going to do today. Well, that's how it is with Black people and our feelings towards white folk. If a group experiences enslavement, as Black folk did, legal segregation, voter suppression, housing discrimination, medical exploitation over centuries now, over centuries, our actual nervous system, the nervous system of that group, we adapt. So that's not opinion, that's called trauma science. Okay. Communities develop protective instincts. It's for the sake of survival, right? And America has a long documented record of racial hierarchy. See, this isn't ancient history. The Civil Rights Act passed in 1964. That's not even one lifetime ago. You understand? So let's talk about data because some of you all are really stuck on data. Studies from Pew Research consistently show a significant racial trust gap in America. Black Americans report lower levels of trust in institutions, law enforcement, and government compared to white Americans. That distrust didn't appear out of nowhere. It follows experiences, and experiences follow policy. So let's talk about economics and pattern recognition. Let's talk about redlining. Redlining wasn't a rumor, it was federal policy. The GI Bill disproportionately excluded Black veterans. Mass incarceration, police disproportionately affected Black communities. When you see patterns repeat across generations over and over and over again, you don't call it coincidence, you call it structure. And structure shapes perception, you all. So, what do many Black people think? We don't necessarily, not all of us, some of us do now, but not all of us think hate. Most of us don't think revenge, but caution. Oh, yeah. Many Black Americans operate what I call earned awareness. And what this is it's understanding that individual kindness does not erase systemic patterns. See, so that's why we can come to work and smile in your face with you white folk. And all along, we know from what our mama, our grandmama, our granddaddy, our great grandparents, and everything, not only what they've told us, but what we've seen and experienced. I can't trust her. White man talk with what? Fourth tongue, right? We can't trust what you say. You can smile in our face. You can do all that you want to do. Take us out for drinks, whatever. But history never lies. So, earned awareness is what we operate in. It's to understand that individual kindness does not erase systemic patterns. You can like the individual white person. I can still like you as a white person and still question white systems. That's nuance. You understand? That's how some interracial couples really make it and survive because they realize, listen, this white person or this white person may not be racist. However, there are systems put in place that are. That nuance makes people uncomfortable, though. So let me speak plainly to you all, okay? If you're white and you never personally harmed a black person, right? Consciously that you know of. This conversation is not accusing you, but if you benefit from structures that are historically unequal and you refuse to examine that, that's where tension lies, y'all. See, some black people don't automatically extend full trust because historically, automatic trust was dangerous. It'd get you killed. Okay? Trust me. History has shown that many a people trusted many a white person and ended up hung, lynched, killed, sold. Here's the balance. Many black Americans also believe in coalition, in solidarity, and real allyship. But allyship requires some things, you all. If you're an ally to the black people, to us, you have to first listening without being defensive. That's first and foremost. If you can listen without get defensive, then you have a way to be an ally. Number two, your way to allyship is acknowledging historical harm. Can't act like it didn't happen, y'all. Number three, speaking up when racism shows up. You can't just be silent anymore if you want to be an ally. And number four, understanding that proximity to blackness and black culture is not the same as understanding the black experience. I get sick and tired of some of you white women telling me, but I married a black man and my children are black. And just because you sleep with a black person doesn't make you black, honey. Even through penal injection, you ain't black. So I don't want to hear that. Well, I know what it feels like to be black. I have a black husband. Girl, please. That right there shows you're not ready to be an ally because you don't want to look deep and honestly in yourself and realize that there is a form of white privilege even in saying that. And that makes me nervous when white mothers talk like that because that tells me they're not willing to do the work to educate their half black children. So let me close with this. This is not about guilt. It's about awareness. If you want to understand why some black Americans are cautious and why we are, and rightfully so, stop asking, why don't they trust us? And you need to start asking, what happened that made this distrust happen? History answers that question clearly. And healing starts with honesty, not defensiveness. So for the most part, white people, if I had to...
Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we are talking about an interesting question. What do many black Americans think about white people? This is a topic that many people are curious about, but it is also complex and sometimes misunderstood. In this video, we will look at different opinions, experiences, and perspectives. It is important to remember that no group of people think exactly the same. Everyone has their own experience and views. The goal of this video is to learn, understand each other better, and have a respectful conversation about race and society. Before we start, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Let's get into the discussion.
White women scare me. And let me tell you why. I'm currently in LA for the last residency for my graduate program, and I'm staying at a hostel.
That's a hell of a way to start off the video. White people scare me.
Stayed at hostels before. This is probably the third or fourth hostel that I've stayed at. I've stayed at hostels out of the country. I've stayed at hostels in the country. I'm staying in a female dorm, so there's 6 beds, right? There's 4 of us in there right now. There's 2 beds that are available. So this morning I wake up, took a shower last night when I got home because I'm in class all day with my residency, like all day for the week, right? Took a shower when I got home last night and went to bed. Woke up this morning, woke up a little bit later than I wanted to. I set my alarm, but I slept past my alarm. Fine. So I get up and I hear someone in the bathroom, and I'm like, shit, now I'm gonna have to wait. That's fine. I gotta be at class for 9 a.m. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait. Now, the shower is going. And I'm like, all right. At this point, it's like 8:07, right? I'm like, I woke up at 7:44. It's like 8:07. I'm like, I need to get into the bathroom and like get myself together so I can leave and be on time. So I knock on the door at this point. I'm like, are you gonna be much longer? And the woman that's in the bathroom, she's a white woman, but she has an accent. So she's from Europe somewhere. She has a very thick accent. She doesn't really respond to me. So I stand by the door. I'm waiting. I'm like, do I need to knock again? Mind you, one of my other, roommates is waking up. She's about to get up and she wants to take a shower. I'm the only black woman staying in this room. I forgot to say that. It sounded like she was taking a bubble bath. Number one, I don't know why you would be taking a bubble bath in a hostel. I hear the water sloshing around and I'm like, what's going on in there? I really wouldn't take a bubble bath at any hostel or hotel people are dirty, right? And I'm getting to my point here, right? Eventually she comes out and I'm like, are you done? Can I go in? She's like, yeah. So at this point, I'm like, I don't have time to take a full-on shower. So I'm just going to give myself a little bird bath. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I also took a shower last night when I got home. So I do my due diligence, do my little bird bath, wash my face, brush my teeth, all the good things. I look in the tub because I checked the tub when I got in there to see if she had taken a bubble bath. And the water is draining out. So she had to have been soaking in the water. There's hair all over the tub. There's hair on the floor. The floor is soaking wet. She didn't open the window to like let the room air out or get some circulation in there. So the mirror is fogged up and all of this shit, right? I'm like, all right, whatever. I handle my business. I come out. I'm getting ready and I'm standing in the mirror. There's a mirror behind our door to enter the room. And I'm getting ready and I'm just thinking to myself, the black people that date white people, are in relationships with white people, are married to white people, they have to be very strict.
Wait. So white people scare her based off of their cleanliness? All right, so basically what she narrowing this down to, because I wanted to hear as much as possible in this whole situation before I started to give my assessment of what she's saying. What she's basically saying is that her assessment of the whole situation and being in a rush because she had to get up out of there and she's staying in a hostel was that the white woman that is not even apparently from America, or maybe she is from America, or maybe she was born here, but she's clearly from...
Yeah, I am racist.
Are you serious? Or are you...
100%.
So you just don't like white people as a whole?
No, I don't. I grew up in the South. I live in North Carolina, and it's just like the worst thing to be, really.
Isn't it? Should we be judging people based on the content of their character and not the color of their skin?
No, the color of skin is very important.
It is important.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I'm talking to people about this, you guys, really quick. By the way, do you agree with her?
Yes, she does. I have a black son. I don't want my son come home with no white woman. At all. He know better.
Do you tell him that?
Yes.
How old's your son?
21.
And he's not allowed to date?
He could date who he want, but they can't come in my house, and I'm not gonna have no parts of it. I don't want no mixed babies. I want a black baby, grandchild. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But other people could do whatever they want to do.
Really quick, do you mind if I one more question? The reason why I'm asking this question is because there's a recent poll that was released, and it asked that question: do you agree or disagree with that statement? It is okay to be white? Only 53% of Black Americans said yes to that poll. Does that surprise you or no?
No. Black people are really racist.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You seem to disagree with her.
I feel like it's not okay to be racist,
It is okay to be racist.
but white people have made it where it's so easy to be racist. White people has put that foundation down, and it's just normal.
I'm scared of it, to tell you the truth.
Are you scared of me?
I said black people can say things that white people can't say. Of course that's true.
But that's automatically implying that one word.
It's more than that. But let me just kind of build this out further.
What is it then?
There's a lot of things black people can say.
Explain it to me.
You want me to give you more examples of things?
Yes.
Black people are allowed to talk about black culture in a way that white culture cannot. For example, black people can go up and say that there's a baby mama problem in black America, and white people are not allowed to say that. Oh, I just did. So what are you gonna do? Cancel me? Black people are allowed to say. Black people are allowed to say.
I'm a grown man. I got way too much to worry
Black people are allowed
about.
to say that there is a systemic fraud issue within the PP loan application in Black America, Black people are much easier to be able to say that Black individuals, despite being 13% of the American population, commit 55% of the murders. If most white people say that at a job, they would get fired for being a racist. I don't care because I say whatever I want. So Black individuals have much more intellectual public freedom than white people do. If a white person were to come up and say, you know, Black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
why would you
because it's true. Because it's
So what I will never understand for the life of me is why some Black people seem to hate white people so much. I mean, it just really boggles my mind, because when I look at the comments, on my pages, when I look at and see what some of y'all are saying online, y'all are just filled with such visceral hatred for white people. I really do not understand it, because like in my life, in my career, I've gotten more opportunities from white people than I have ever gotten from Black people. And I am just being completely honest. And this was even before I became a conservative or got involved in Republican politics. Even back when I was a liberal, I would get more opportunities from white people than I would from Black people. You know what I got from Black people? Even again, back when I was a liberal, I got, sabotaged. I got people that were jealous of me. I got people that were always trying to take me down. But when I dealt with white people in business, again, even when I was a liberal, I got people that wanted to elevate me. I got people that wanted to help me out. They are more than willing to help you get to where you need to be. Whereas Black people always see you as some kind of threat to them. And that's not even a real thing, because I believe in abundance, not scarcity. But I do not understand why y'all hate white people so much. Like, I don't.
Black people say one nice thing about white people.
Many people ask what Black Americans think about white people. The first thing to say it is that there is no single answer. Black Americans are not all the same. They have many different views, just like any one group. Some Black Americans feel friendship and trust toward white people. They judge people by characters, not color. Others feel cautious. This can come from history and personal experience. The history between black and white people in the United States, it's long and complicated. It includes slavery, segregation, and struggle. Because of this history, some Black Americans feel pain when they think about race. At the same time, many also see progress. They notice that some things are better today than in the past. Some Black Americans believe many white people want fairness and equality. They see allies and partners. Others feel that some white people do not fully support the Black experience. This feeling can create distance or frustration. Some Black Americans think white people benefit from systems that give them advantage. When people talk about privilege, this is often what they mean. But even this idea is discussed in different ways among Black Americans. Some focus strongly on it, while others focus more on personal responsibilities. Some focus strongly on it, while others focus more on personal responsibility. Many Black Americans have close friendship with white people. In school, workplace, and neighborhood, people connect every day. This relationship can break down stereotypes on both sides. Some Black Americans feel hopeful about the future of race relations. They believe younger generations are more open and accepting. Others feel progress is slow and the deep change is still needed. Media and news can also shape opinions. When people see unfair events on TV or online, emotions can become strong. Social media can sometimes increase anger or misunderstanding, but it can also help people share stories and learn from each other. Religion and community values also influence how people think about race. Many churches and communities groups teach forgiveness and unity. This can lead to more positive views towards other group. Personal experience matter a lot. A kind teacher, neighbor, or co-worker can change how someone feels about other group. A bad experience can also leave a deep mark. Because of this, opinions often depend on individual life stories. Black Americans feel proud of their culture and identity. Some Black Americans feel proud of their culture and identity. This pride does not always mean negative feelings toward white people. Often it is simply mean valuing their own history and community. Some Black Americans want more honesty conversation about race. They believe understanding grows when people listen to each other. Listen can reduce fear and build respect. Many also believe that focusing on sharing goals help people work together. For example, good schools, safe neighborhoods, and fair jobs. These goals matter to people of all race. When people work together on these goals, trust can grow. Some Black Americans feel tired of talking about race all the time. They will prefer a world their race matter less. Others believe talking openly about race is necessary to fix problems. Both views exist with the communities. It is important not to assume what any individual think based on race. Each person has their own ideas and experience. Respectful dialogue is often the best way to understand each other. When people meet, talk, and cooperate, many fears disappear. In the end, many Black Americans, like people everywhere, simply want a fairness, respect, and peace for everyone. Thank you so much for watching the video. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me. To my new subscriber, feel much welcome. Subscribe to the channel, comment the comment section, like the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.